No, we'll keep putting the chart up no matter how often they rip it down. And if they dock us points, we'll retaliate by taking points off them. And all the time they'll be wondering what's going to happen to the lucky loser.
To my elder daughter, Judy May Bryant, and with it my eternal prayers for her forgiveness, I bequeath the residue of my estate after settlement of all my outstanding debts. After that, he goes on to set down all the terms and conditions that would apply if you were unable or unwilling to accept the bequest. Your sister and her family would...
Did he ask my forgiveness?
Yes, that's what he said.
Oh, God. I'm gonna kill you!
I was only trying to be fair to everybody.
Were you fair to Pop? All I ever wanted from him was his love.
Oh, sure you did. That's why you broke his heart, you filthy pervert! If we wanted you back, all we ever wanted was the money. You make me sick every time you look at me. Judy! Stop it! She's crazy. She tried to kill me. Please go. Oh, I'll go, all right. I'll go straight to the cops. She's a psychopath. I'm going to make sure she's locked up again.
Judy, why did you attack her like that? Your own sister.
She offered me everything. Everything I'd lost in the last 20 years. My family. Forgiveness. Even love.
Then what?
Have you any idea what that meant to me?
Well, I know what a family means.
She's a bloody liar. She's a bloody liar. As soon as she finds out that Dad left me the money, then suddenly she loves me.
And you think Frances was after your money?
Because she's after my money. I would have given it to her. I would have given it to her. But oh no. She impersonates me to a solicitor so that I won't find out that the money was really mine. Of course I lost my head. Now I've blown everything.
You don't know that for sure. I don't think she was very badly hurt.
Oh, she's still going to go assault for me, isn't she? You know what that means? Oh, God.
Well, you don't know that for sure. She may be just as worried about getting into trouble as you are.
Why? It's because she impersonated me?
Well, from what you've told me, it was misrepresentation with intent to defraud.
Don't be stupid. I'm an ex-con. Can't you remember that? Do you think that the police are going to listen to one single thing I have to say when she has you for a witness?
How's it going?
There you are, I reckon that'll do. Looks just like the other chart, except for Ferguson's score, of course.
What'd you give her?
10 points off.
How come?
For ripping up the other chart, you dummy.
I better get this back to the rec room then.
Well, that's stupid.
Who asked you?
Why don't you put it up at lunchtime?
Because I don't want no one seeing me putting it up, do I?
Makes sense to me.
That way I know where to start looking if I get dobbed.
All I said was...
We know, we heard you. What are you looking so happy about?
I'm just thinking about the solicitor who's supposed to be coming in.
You're not fighting it, are you?
I don't know, that's the trouble.
Suit yourself, but if you ask me, I reckon you should wear the verbal and go for a light sentence.
She won't get a light nothing when Nola gets back.
Oh, shut up, Trixie.
She's right, though. There's no telling what that mad bitch will do when she gets out of solitary.
Stick with me, you'll be okay.
You better be right or I'm knackered.
Well, I'm getting sick and tired of you being such a sook. At least you've got mates. I know plenty of people who'd swap places with you any day of the week.
Yeah, Nola for one.
There. That'll do nicely.
What are you doing here?
Bella, you didn't half give me a turn.
Well?
Well, I was just on my way back to the laundry.
That doesn't explain what you're doing here.
I left a packet of smokes behind.
You're assigned to work in the laundry, not ramble around the corridors. Get back there.
Straight away, Mrs. Powell.
And Latham,
Yeah?
you've lost your point for today.
Oh, what for?
You want to try for 5?
No, Mrs. Powell.
Yes, very clever, Latham. Just found this in the rec room. You don't seem to be too popular.
Yeah, it's almost identical to the one I took down last night, apart from my score.
Well, why wasn't I told?
I'm sorry, I didn't think it was important at the time.
No, it's probably just a prank to needle us.
Well, are you going to do anything about it?
Nah, don't think so.
Well, surely they'll lose all their points.
Why? You've just finished telling me you didn't think it was very important, and I'm inclined to agree with you. No, I think it's best that we just let them know we're not very amused. Otherwise, they're only going to feel they've achieved something. Thank you. I'm afraid you're right, Judy.
She's pressing charges.
She's made a statement to the police, and they're waiting for the Justice of the Peace.
But JP, what for?
Well, the police don't like to prosecute in domestic arguments.
Domestic? I could have killed her.
Well, you didn't hurt her badly, and she is your sister.
That's my bad luck, isn't it?
Well, I think the police worry about family witnesses changing their minds before court.
Are you kidding? My family would queue a week to see me go under. Does that mean she's taken me to court?
Oh, technically, yes, but the police will make all the arrangements. I'm sorry, Judy. I wish I could help you.
I'm going to end up back in your damn prison, you realize that? And I have worked so bloody hard.
Yes, I know.
Do you? I know I made a mess of my life. I know most of it was my fault, but it never started out like that. And now, I'm going to be sent back to jail by my own sister.
Perhaps I'd better leave.
Mrs. Davidson. You were the only witness. Maybe if you said that you did.
Judy?
You don't think it's fair on me, do you?
Do you realize what you're asking?
Too much.
I'm sorry.
So am I. Well, I'll go down to the cop station. Beat's waiting for him.
I'll drive you.
I wonder if there's a reward out for a dangerous ex-con like me.
Judy, where are you going?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Davidson. I think it's just instinct. I can't wait to get away from that place. Thanks for going bail for me.
Don't thank me, thank the PRG.
Well, I never thought the cops would let me off that easily.
Well, obviously they're not interested in two sisters fighting each other.
Yeah, well, that's not what my parole officer's going to say.
Where did you see him face to face? Telephone conversations are never satisfactory.
No. You've been great, Mrs. Davidson. Thank you very much.
Come on, I'll drive you home.
Oh, g'day. Well, a fine example for the other girls, aren't I?
There's no point in going on about it.
The first sign of any problems and I go the bash. I mean, how can I expect them to behave?
I'll pour some coffee.
Oh, thanks, Mrs. Davidson. Gas, electricity. I don't think it matters anymore.
Is something wrong?
I'm a grandma.
Laurie?
Yeah, it's a boy. 7 pounds, 14 ounces, huh?
Judy, that's wonderful news.
Oh, but why now? Why, when everything is falling apart, does it have to be now?
Well, things may work out. At least it's good news.
It certainly is that. Hey,
What do you know? Grandma Bryant.
Yeah, why don't we all go down to the rec room before lunch?
What for?
See if the Screws chart's still up.
You've only just put it up.
I know that, but in this place it's now you see it, now you don't.
Oh, we can get a lunch.
Besides, Lizzie hasn't even seen it yet.
Why haven't I seen
I've put up a new Screws chart.
Beauty!
Yeah, but Lizzie reckons she's still going one better.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I told you, I've got to get at that book they keep on us in the staff room.
Oh, what good's that gonna do?
God, you're a bit thick sometimes, Chris.
Blimey, ask a civil question.
Yeah, well, they adjust their points in that book, don't they?
So Lizzie reckons I'm bumping our score up.
She's never gonna get away with it.
Pigs, it won't. You just wait.
Don't hold your breath.
Oh,
Hey, come on, Punchy. Let's go and see Chrissy's chart.
Well, where is it then?
Sod it. Those bloody Screws, they've pinched it already.
But what'd you expect?
Oh, it must have been Pal.
Bet it was the freak.
No, it was Pal. She sprung Chrissy in the corridor after she put it up.
you'll just have to dock us some more points, won't you?
Yeah, 10 points off for Po-Face. She can chase the freak down the list.
We should have a prize for who hits bottom first.
Oh, there is, remember?
Oh, no, not again.
Oh, what is it, Gran?
Oh, some buggers cut the front page out of the paper.
What do you reckon they've done that for?
How the hell would I know? Maybe there was something in it they didn't want us to read.
Oh, I'm sick of those interfering Screws. Come on, let's go and get some lunch.
Oh, there's got to be a better idea than that.
Oh, no, you've got to eat. It's part of your sentence.
Yeah, well, you pull it off, Lizzie, and I'll believe you.
Well, wait if you go shouting it out. You'll give it away, stupid.
Oh, stop worrying, Gran.
Well, she shouldn't be blabbing it out.
Will you put a sock in it?
I'll put a sock in somebody in a minute.
Oh, Lizzie. How'd you go, Hazel?
Yeah, what happened?
Well, I gave the confession to my solicitor. He reckons I'll pull a light sentence.
Oh, fancy confessing to something you never did just to cop a lighter sentence. It stinks.
Hang on, you told me I should do it yesterday.
Yeah, but it was your choice. You could have let him bury you.
I intend to get out of here in one piece.
Well, I don't like your chances. Wait till Nola gets out of the pound.
You and I've got a funny way with words. You know that, Trixie?
Well, it's true, isn't it? Hazel nicked all Nola's cash. What do you expect her to do?
And what would you have done with thousands of dollars staring you in the face?
Dunno.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you. You would have nicked it as well.
But I didn't, did I? None of us did except Hazel. I reckon she'll have to go through Nola to get out of here in one
Who do
piece.
you think Nola will have to go through to get to her?
It's none of my business.
Good. Keep it that way.
Righto, Mackenzie. Stir yourself.
What for?
Because I say so.
You think you're good enough?
I know it.
You've had it, you bitch.
Oh, that's very funny, Mackenzie. You step out of Wentworth and they'll have you back on a West Australian death row in the same day. And you think I've had it.
You pig!
Think, Mackenzie. There won't be any extra charges from me to keep you here. And I'll say the other women bashed you. They'll have you back in WA so fast your head'll spin. They're very funny like that. They don't like you getting killed before they have a chance to get you to the gallows.
I didn't think you Screws were allowed to talk to us.
I do what I like with scum like you.
When there's no one else around.
You're learning. But you won't be here long enough to use the knowledge. By the way, there was another cop killer on death row, wasn't there?
So what?
They hanged him this morning.
Maybe they'll transfer Nola. What do you reckon?
Oh, hell, Hazel, I'm getting sick of this. I told you I'd look after you.
Yeah, I suppose. Just that some of the others are real crook on me now. And Nola will be out of the pound any time.
Reckon you'll need B around you then.
Why don't you shut your big mouth?
Oh, get lost, Granny. Do you want a fat lip?
Hey, cut it out. It's not worth it.
How come you're all down on me?
Well, figure it out for yourself. For a start, you can't keep your mouth shut, like when you're told, for instance.
You're all worse than a screw.
Hey, B.
Okay, ladies, let's have your attention. Sure, you all know what this is.
Oh, what is it, Mrs. Pale?
Yes, all right, all right. You've had your little joke. That's an end to it. You won't lose any points this time.
Good on you, Mrs. Powell.
However, if I do find any more of these score sheets, your points will be below 0. Hope I make myself clear.
Now, there is a sense of humour that deserves to lose at least 10 points.
Yeah. Oh, here comes a couple of more jokers and all.
Okay, so a few of the women are crook on you. So what?
Come off it, Lizzie. You know better than that.
I don't know what you're worried about. I really don't. You've got the top dog looking after you. What more do you want?
Yeah, Bee's looking after you, so why worry? Oh, I don't reckon that Nola's much chop.
It's about time I sorted this out.
I mean, for a woman who'd murder her own husband, well, what more would you expect?
Thanks very much.
Oh, God, I didn't mean you, Bee.
I want a word with you.
Rack off.
You're on our territory now.
Who are you kidding? The screws run this circus and you jump when they whistle.
Don't let the little point system fool you. What I say goes.
And what are you saying?
Lay off Hazel.
She pinched my role. And it's none of your damn business.
She is one of us, and I am making it my business.
Big deal. And keep your dirty paws off me.
Go on, Bee. Teach the bitch a lesson.
Oh, why bother? She'll be leaving us soon. And where she's going, it's really good riddance.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? You and your screw mates. Well, forget it. Because I'm not going anywhere.
Oh? Why not?
You can read all about it on the front page.
The screws cut that out.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Do you know what they cut out?
I know. What was that all about, Bee?
I'm not sure. Just keep a close watch on Hazel, will you?
And you say Joan Ferguson collected another one last night?
Not exactly the same.
Oh?
Joan's score dropped 10 points between charts.
I don't find the women keeping scores on my officers amusing.
No, they have been given that message.
But no actual punishment.
Mrs. Davidson, they want us to think it's important. So therefore, I've chosen to treat it as a minor annoyance.
Well, it is a threat to discipline, but, oh, I suppose you're right this time.
Is anything wrong?
No, nothing to do with the prison.
Can I help?
Thank you, Mrs. Powell, but no, it's trouble with Judy Bryant and the halfway house.
God, Bryant, what's she done this time?
She's had a fight with her sister.
Well, that didn't take long. Haven't they just had a family reunion?
Well, it's all gone sour, I'm afraid. The sister was trying to cheat Judy out of her inheritance. When I arrived this morning, Judy had lost her temper and attacked her.
Oh, it must be quite a family. Still, that's not your worry.
Oh, it is, I'm afraid. I was a witness, and the sister is pressing charges.
But surely it's no more than a domestic.
It doesn't make any difference. Judy will still be charged with assault, and no matter what the court sentence is, the parole board will almost certainly send Judy back to jail.
Okay, girls. Take a break.
God for that. This work's ruining my hands.
Hazel's not complaining. Come on, relax. A couple of days you'll be home free.
What if they don't take her back to the west?
You're joking. She killed a cop, remember? Those sand grabbers probably camped on Wentworth's doorstep right now.
You're right. Why aren't you working?
Smoker.
On whose authority?
The governor's.
Don't get smart with me, Smith.
We are allowed to break every shift. Mrs. Davidson's orders.
Oh, really? Whose are these?
They're not.
Mustn't grab, Smith. Causes accidents. Oh, Kent.
Yeah?
Yes, what?
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Your hearing's been set for tomorrow.
But why didn't Miss Solicitor know?
Damn that bitch. Damn her to hell.
It's 2 days to the next buy-up and all.
Thanks for reminding me. That was my last packet of cigarettes.
Here, we can lock 50 points off her score for that.
Terrific. What am I going to smoke in the meantime?
I'll be safe in the arms. Anyone there? Oh, you little beauty.
Here you go, girls. Another blow for democracy.
Yeah, well, how's the freak rate?
Oh, another stunt like she pulled today and she'll be cleaned out.
Then it's, wacko.
Don't see why you bother anymore.
Well, what is that supposed to mean?
Well, a joke's a joke, but you go on and it stops being funny.
I'm tired of you slinging off at everything we do. And as for this, we're not joking. When the freak reaches 0, you'll find out exactly what that means.
Big deal.
I wouldn't expect you to be on side.
On side with what? You can keep your crappy kids' games. There's more important things in here.
You've been warned.
Guess who just did what in the staff room?
Well, I don't know, Lizzie, but it sounds unhygienic to me.
Oh, don't be silly. You're house-trained, aren't you, Greg?
Well, I've got a good mind not to tell any of you drongos.
Ah, come on, Lizzie, what's the news?
I've done it.
The book. You fixed the book.
I fixed it all up.
You got an old bugger.
How'd you manage that then?
All we got to do is fix the chart so it matches.
Well, what do you reckon about that, Hazel?
Yeah. Look, I'm going to the loo.
Now, that's what I call real enthusiasm.
Go with her.
Hey, come off it, B. Yeah, right. Hang on, Hayes. Dunny Patrol it is.
Hey, don't make a mess of it.
Of course not. Whose idea was it anyway?
I just want you to make it neat. Where are you going?
What's it to you?
Want to find out?
Some choice.
Well,
Look, if you want to have a go, you can, any time you like, but just leave your playmates at home, OK?
I don't trust that one, B.
well, you're not on your own there.
I thought you'd be after Hazel.
Do I look stupid?
No.
Well, I'd have to be, wouldn't I, chasing after that dopey mole when she's got a bodyguard.
You could handle them both if I give you a hand.
So I get in a few good kicks. The next thing they scream bloody murder and I'm back in the pound. Use your nous.
I just thought it might be worth it.
Grunters like you shouldn't think.
There you go.
Look, this is no game to me. When I get her, and I will, I'll do it on my own, so butt out.
OK. It's your dough she pinched.
It's got nothing to do with it.
Hey? Well, what are you doing it for, then?
You'll find out soon. Very soon.
Oh, hello, Mrs. M. Are you working tonight?
Lizzie, shut up. You're not supposed to be talking to them.
You know, like feeding animals at the zoo.
Oh, God, but it's only Mrs. M.
Rules is rules. All right.
Do I get an explanation?
Oh, it's a sort of competition, Mrs. M.
Yeah, first one to lose all their points gets a lovely surprise.
Don't do anything stupid, B.
You know me better than that, Mrs. M. Pity when I let her talk to you. I'd like to tell you all about it.
You shouldn't talk to Mrs. M like that. She's only trying to do her job.
A good screw is still just a screw.
I don't know about that.
There are still some ladies present, so would you just shut your mouth?
Come off it, Lizzie. I heard you was a right little goer.
Yeah. Oh, so who's got some cigarettes left?
Geez, I'm nearly out.
I am out. There you go.
What's the surprise deal with the screws, B?
You saw the chart. Didn't you notice which screw had lost the most points?
Yeah, it's a freak, of course. She's nearly down to 0.
And when she loses them all, well, there'll be no mucking around this time.
You can have another go at her, are you?
What do you think?
Colleen, have you seen this?
I've seen similar ones. Where'd you get this?
Recreation room. Are there others?
Joan confiscated one last night, and I found the second one this morning. I gave the women a very direct warning about carrying on with it.
I seem to have missed all the action.
Don't worry. There'll be plenty of action once they find out how many points they're going to lose over it.
Some of them just never seem to learn. I'm afraid B. Smith and Chrissy Latham are behind it.
That much I guessed. Oh, God. The last entries in here are shocking. There's no excuse for officers doing sloppy work.
Prisoners must have lost all their points by now.
No, as a matter of fact, they've got many more than I would have expected.
Do you think the system's working?
It has to. Well, we can't give up now they've started their chart on us. They'd see that as a clear victory.
So, we're stuck with it. What a shame.
Well, this is really stupid. I want to help you, so how come you won't tell me nothing?
Because I don't trust you. Next question.
Why? What have I done?
Nothing. And let's just keep it that way.
Struth, Nola, we ought to be friends. Well, I mean, sharing this cell and all.
Friends? There aren't any friends amongst these scraggy no-hopers. Not for me, anyway.
Dunno. When you was in the pound, I backed you up with B and her lot.
And who asked you?
No one. I was just being
Just sticking your stupid nose in, eh? Well, don't you muck around with me.
I wouldn't, honest.
I used to be a top hand in the abattoirs back west. I could strip you to the bone with a kitchen knife, and don't you forget it.
I told you, go easy, will you? I'm on your side.
Nobody's on my side. Never have been. While that mongrel I married was loafing on the railways, I was working off my butt in the abattoirs, and for what? Drunken bashings, living in humpies half of the time, and him chasing after bitumen blondes on my money. So, one night I shot him. And that lousy walloper that tried to interfere.
Must have been hard for you.
That part was easy. A gallows. That's what they call the frame that carcasses are slung on. That's where I used to cut and bone them. Dead cows. And there I was, penned up in death row, waiting my turn for the real gallows.
Morning, girls.
Oh, Barry.
Hey, why so serious?
Oh, it's nothing. On the other hand, perhaps you could help me.
Sure, what's up?
Well, you've heard about the points system.
Yeah.
Well, now the women are keeping a score chart on the officers' performances. The only difference is that we lose points.
Serves you right.
Come on, it's not a joke.
Okay, what can I do to help?
Well, you'll be seeing some of the women today. I'd appreciate some information.
Oh, come on, Meg, you know I
know,
don't.
confidentiality and trust. Look, I'm not asking you to inform. I just want you to tell me if the sky's about to fall.
At your service, ma'am.
Thanks. We'll sign in. Miss O'Shea will take you through. Yes, I've got all the papers ready.
Good, then I'll leave her with you.
Oh, come on, Hazel, chin up. Don't want to look like that in court.
Well, how do you reckon it's going to go, Mrs. Morris?
A lot better if you pull yourself together.
So I had a word with the owner, and he's prepared to give you a go.
I can't believe it. I didn't think I'd ever get a job.
No, it's true enough. A couple of days you'll be on the outside and working as a courier again.
Oh, gee, it's so perfect.
Now listen, he's going to be onto you for a good job right from the start.
No worries about me on this one.
Good. Oh, that about wraps it up then.
Don't suppose you remembered those smokes?
Oh, yeah. Actually, you might be able to help me too.
Yeah?
This chart thing on the officers, what's it for?
Well, sort of show who's the worst screw.
What, is it a joke?
No, it's not.
Fair enough. And what happens if an officer loses all her points?
She finds out how unfunny it really is.
And if you take Saturday night as well, then we'd be covered.
It's all right by me.
Excuse me? Meg not back yet?
No, she must have been held up in court.
Oh, I see.
Can I help you, Mr. Simmons?
Yes, possibly. It's about this scoreboard thing for the officers.
The ones the women have made up.
That's it, yeah. I don't think you should take it too lightly.
Meaning what?
Well, I'm not certain about anything, but I believe there'll be some serious trouble if any officer loses all her points. Now, whatever it is, the women aren't treating it as a joke.
Sounds like another Get Ferguson campaign to me.
There are other names on the chart.
Yes, I know that. But it's me they're after, and it always has been.
So long as you know, okay?
Yes, thank you. But we need more details than that.
Oh, you've got all I've heard.
Not quite. Who is your informant?
I've told you all I've heard, and who I got it from is my own business.
All right, thanks for letting us know.
We know that Smith and Latham are behind this, just as they were behind the fire. You break up that little clique and you stop the rot before it gets dangerous.
May work.
Of course it'll work. Just have Smith and Latham transferred to Barnhurst.
I will arrange an appointment with Mrs. Davidson. You can make your recommendation to her then.
Oh, boy, am I glad I'm going to be getting out of here soon.
We're all glad of that.
Look at all the points you lost. You're never going to get a thing the way it's going.
Why don't you button up?
She's right, though. Your smart ideas have put the mockers on getting a telly this side of Christmas.
Why should you care? You won't be here to worry about it.
Screw! You'll be surprised.
Hey, how'd you make out, love?
Like a pig in mud.
Hey, he's all right then, is he, this new social worker?
What do you reckon? He's lined me up a great job being a courier again.
Oh, that's terrific, love.
How come he's doing you all these favours?
Because it's his job. And speaking of jobs, why don't we get back to ours?
Oh, I thought we was going to have a little smoko.
What with? Tea leaves and dunny paper?
Yeah, got your days off Barry.
Hey, thanks. Love, you saved my life.
Barry, eh? And what'd you do to earn those?
Nothing. I just asked for him last time he was in.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Why don't you just shut your scungy little mouth?
She's right, I reckon. From what I've heard, our Paddy's got a bit of form.
You can butt out of this.
What's that story I heard about some concert? All the action backstage.
It wasn't like that. No notice of them, love. They're both bonkers.
You stick your bib in again. And I'll do you. Okay, kids, look at this trucking job of yours.
Can I wear that?
First of all, I've got someone else to cut off. Then I'll pluck the boss cocky.
Well, what if Hazel don't come back?
Then it's someone else's problem, not mine.
I just can't believe it. Fall on my feet for once. 2 weeks I've already done that. So very well, but where are you going to go from here? I don't know. There's always the halfway house. I'm not going back to that rotten dump, so forget it. All right. It was only a suggestion. Sorry, Mrs. Morris. I'm just so pleased to be out of that madhouse, especially away from that Mackenzie, Sheila. About Mackenzie. Look, I'm no lagger, but you watch her. She'll do someone before long. Anyone in particular? Love to help you, Mrs. M. But I'm off. All right, Hazel, take care. There. You too, Mrs. Morris. 2 minutes to the nearest pub.
Well, there's no prize for guessing who they're after. It's me, as usual.
Really? You do seem to feature in most of our troubles, Miss Ferguson.
Well, I am here to do a job, Governor, not to make friends. Or are you suggesting something else?
I was making an observation. Now, we must find a solution.
All the information points to Smith and Latham again.
Well, they have lost their points.
It's not enough.
I will decide that. How many have the women lost over this?
A full day's points.
Well, Smith and Latham cannot win over the television and pop music. Sooner or later, their followers will desert them.
Oh, they do have a lot of influence still.
Too much. But there's only one answer to that.
And what is that?
Break up the power group. Transfer Smith and Latham to Barnhurst.
I don't think the department would be too happy about that. Smith's already proved that Barnhurst can't hold her.
Well, all right, Latham then.
That is out of the question. Latham must have access to her daughter, and Barnhurst is too far away. We'll confiscate all the writing material, see if that will stop them making up their charts.
Governor, I don't think you understand the seriousness of this. Now, surely your loyalty should be to your officers, like Mrs. Powell and myself. We are, after all, the ones at risk.
You have my answer.
And so you don't even know the question.
Ferguson. Remember who you are speaking to, and give some very careful thought to your position.
Yes, this is Officer Ferguson from Wentworth Detention Centre. Put me through to the head of department, please. What do you mean, which department? The department. Put me through to Mr. Douglas at once.
Very well, Mr. Douglas.
Trouble?
The department insists on Latham's immediate transfer to Barnhurst.
How on earth could they know that?
Somebody has obviously gone over my head, and no prizes for guessing who it was.
Are you sure?
Just arrange for the transfer to Barnhurst this afternoon, and don't let the other women know about it.
No, I'll do it now.
And then send Ferguson to me.
Right.
Yes, what is it now?
Well, if you're busy, I'll come back later. It's just a report on Hazel Kent's release.
All right, sit down. I'll be with you in a moment.
You're very free with your cigarettes, Lawson.
I always keep a few for trading.
They're mine.
Hand them over, Smith.
I'm entitled to my
No
cigarette.
one is entitled to contraband. Where'd you get them, Lawson?
Look, this is...
Well, Lawson? Was it your friendly social visitor?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought so.
They're from the buy-up.
This brand is not available at buy-up. Right. Everyone out for exercise period. We'll sort this lot out later. Come on, move!
Come on, love, cheer up. We'll cover for you.
I don't like my chances. Wonder how Hazel got on.
Hazel? What, Chris, have you heard about what happened to Hazel?
Hazel? No, not a dicky bird.
I know we should have heard something by now, shouldn't we? Now, keep the noise down, ladies. You can discuss ex-prisoners when you're outside. Hey! Ex-prisoners.
Great.
Oh, come on, why the long face? You'll be next.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like you dipped out, doesn't it?
Mrs. Davidson wants to see you.
Well, after the exercise period.
Now. Mrs. Morris can take the women out.
Fine. I wanted to see the governor myself. I confiscated these in the laundry.
They're not prison issue.
Well, who processed our friendly social worker into the prison today?
Meg Morris, what are you suggesting?
I'm not suggesting anything, but he should have been searched.
Wasn't it bonza that Hayes got out, eh?
Yeah. I was bleeding surprised, though. She's screwed up a lot, you know.
She wasn't the only one.
Oh, Lizzie, I was only saying
Come
that
on, you
Hazel...
two, quit it. Stop fighting. Nice things are happening. Now all we have to worry about is Patty.
Oh, I'm all right.
I don't know how some people's big mouths can cause so much trouble.
Lizzie!
They haven't got enough to give you a Guernsey for smuggling, love.
And since when have they ever needed to prove anything?
I was only trying to cheer her up.
Yeah, well, if we stick together and keep our stories straight, we should be able to cover for it.
I don't know what all the fuss is about. I know what to do.
All right, mastermind, come on, give.
Let somebody else wear it.
Oh, yeah, you asking for volunteers?
No, I'm not. I'll say I smuggled them in.
Oh, did look what the cat's pulled in.
It's not a bad idea, Lizzie, but how are you going to convince them it was you?
Oh, hell, there's Po Face. I think I feel sick.
Yeah, she does have that effect on people, doesn't she? You were saying?
You've got another packet, so fork 'em over.
Knew there had to be a catch.
Oh, no, Lizzie, I can't let you.
Don't be silly. They can't put me in the pound because of me ticker, and I'm not worried about getting out.
So, Latham is being transferred to Barnhurst.
When?
At The end of this exercise period.
You're joking.
Oh, no. A departmental edict, no less. Erica is fuming.
She was in a foul mood when I saw her about Hazel Kent. Well, that explains it.
Well, I thought she may have told you.
No. There'll be trouble when the women find out. It's a wonder Erica didn't think of that.
It wasn't her idea.
Oh?
Joan. She went over her head. Straight to Douglas.
I don't want excuses, Miss Ferguson. Your action was underhand and highly improper.
Governor,
Don't interrupt. You may have fooled Mr. Douglas for the time being, but quite frankly, I think you're more trouble than you're worth.
My record is spotless.
That means nothing, and you know it. In future, confine your complaints to the correct channels.
I'm very sorry, Governor. I acted in the best interest of the prison and my own personal safety.
Do you expect me to believe that?
If lack of security threatens my safety, then I have every right to act. Now, I believe these were smuggled into the prison this morning by the social worker.
Barry Simmons?
That's right. He was processed by Meg Morris and he gave them to Paddy Lawson.
I fail to see how this is relevant to what we are discussing.
We are discussing lack of security.
Very well, point taken. This is serious. Lawson is due to be released.
Was due.
Your insubordination is not yet a closed subject, Miss Ferguson, so please do not correct me.
I go to the loo, please, Mrs. Powell?
Everybody's going back inside in a minute.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I can wait that long.
I'll take her in. I've got to get those things for Barnhurst.
Yeah, all right. Better get this lot moving anyhow.
Come on, Paddy.
Hey, Mrs. Powell, can I have a light?
Don't bother, you're going back inside.
I only want a
You
puff.
heard me. All right, ladies, get yourselves together. Time to go back in.
Bloody screws. They're always blind when you don't want them to be.
Don't overdo it, Lizzie.
Enough, make it look obvious.
Will you? There'll be no chatter. Latham.
Yeah?
Not you. You're not going in with the others.
Yeah, maybe I've got a visitor or something.
Ah, might be your kid. I told you it was a good day.
Oh, yeah.
Give her a big cuddle from me, eh?
You can count on that, Lizzie.
She must be a big girl now.
Not half.
You've heard me. Now will you stop talking and get in?
Is it me daughter, Mrs. Powell?
Who?
Me visitor, is it Elizabeth?
Who said you had a visitor?
Hey, what is all this? That's all of my stuff.
You're going to Barnhurst.
No! No, get up! No! Let me go, you man! No! Mrs. Morris will not the baby! No! No!
Hello, Paddy.
What the hell are you doing? You scared the living daylights out of me.
I've been waiting for you.
You didn't know I was coming here.
Well, I knew somebody had lobbed sooner or later. Being you was just a bonus for me.
What do you want?
An excuse to stay in Wentworth?
Well, you're a bit late. Hazel's out.
Like I said, you'll do.
Back off or I'll clobber you.
Oh, you, look at me, I'm scared.
Lay off, you stinking bitch!
Do yourself a favour, Lawson. Make it quick. Oh, I'm sorry, Paddy, but I can't let those mongrels on me now, can I? Where's Paddy?
Probably in her dorm.
No, just look there.
That poor kid probably want to be by herself for a bit. Maybe she's still in the loo.
What are you grinning at?
Nothing. Oh, leave me alone, will you?
I asked you a question.
Oh, what is this? Do I have to go around sour-faced like the rest of you no-hopers?
Don't you call me names, you smart alecky trollop.
Where's Nola?
How would I know?
Is she after Paddy?
Oh, she might be.
Damn. Oh, I'll come with you.
She said she was going to the loo. I'll check there.
You go look ourselves. You in there?
Murder. Premeditated. Looks like you're stuck with me now.
He used to give me roses
I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.